Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of the New Vision podcast. As always, we're your hosts, Christian
and Jordan.
Yes, and this is episode 13. So
it is.
We do have a decent amount to talk about here today. Some interesting news to cover. First thing I want to kind of jump on here is the other day, December 10th, actually, Netflix put a post on Twitter. It was specifically NX Netflix, and I'm not sure if that's like a division of Netflix or what that actually means, but it was Netflix nonetheless. They posted this picture where it had and this tweet: rings, check; sneakers, check; speed, Sonic. Sega's legendary video game icon Sonic the Hedgehog races onto Netflix in a new 3D animated series from Sega, Wild Barn HQ, and Man of Action Entertainment, premiering in 2022. Now, the interesting thing, first of all, the tweet was actually deleted shortly after it was initially uploaded. I'm thinking,
spoilers.
Yeah, they just probably weren't supposed to put it out yet. I have a few thoughts on the tweet as a whole, though, and the concept of this show happening. I'm cautiously optimistic, I'd say, because I'm very hesitant, because the reality is that since 2010, pretty much, Sonic hasn't been the kind of like action shonen series that he was throughout the 90s and 2000s. He's been more this like very kiddie, dumbed down, air quotes, self-aware, pandering version that I just can't hate, to be honest. I've hated for the, like, you know. And I know Man of Action has done good work in the past with like the original Ben 10 series, Generator X,
which is fantastic.
But the problem is, and I think you can speak on this more, Jordan, the problem is, though, Man of Action has also made the 2016 Ben 10 series, which is still going with the chibi-looking Ben 10, as well as this 3D CG animated show called, like, what was it? Mega Man something Force. Full Force, something like that. Mega Man Fully Charged. That's what it's called. And I don't know about this Wild Barn company, but apparently they make mainly kid stuff. So I'm not in the best of hopes for it, but you know, I'm hoping maybe it's a thing. So
watch it be just another kids.
I really hope it's
a little
not.
Kids.
I know.
Thing.
This is why, like I say, I'm hoping for the best, but I'm preparing for the worst. You know, that's my thing. It's like, yeah. But what are your thoughts on, like, because you know Man of Action. What do you think of that kind of cool? Because the thing too, like Man of Action, they were also why I was really stoked for the Ultimate Spider-Man show in like 2011 or whatever with Drake Bell, where I was stoked because I knew Man of Action's previous work. Mm-hmm. And it was Ultimate Spider-Man, it was Drake Bell, it was all these different things I loved, like, put together, and I was stoked. And then I watched it, and I just couldn't fucking stand it.
I liked it.
And I know.
It was enjoyable.
We've talked enough about that specifically on our the dedicated to Spider-Man episode.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. Your thoughts?
I mean, I like Sonic. You know, he's cool. But I'm not an avid fan like you or any of the Sonic fandom out there that loves the character. But
well, and to be fair, there's like,
I'm stoked about the second movie though that's coming out.
The movie,
Sonic.
The movie will be good, I think. Because that's the thing is, like, since 2013, I'd say like since 2013 or maybe since 2012 more accurately, we haven't, like, from 2013 and on, I don't think we've gotten anything really good for Sonic, except for the movie. Like, Boom was a fucking train wreck.
Yeah, that was terrible.
And all these.
The worst.
Yeah, so. But the movie was really good. I did like the movie. Like the movie. Now, I think you were telling me a little bit about what is the second movie supposed to entail. I don't know much about it, actually.
They haven't come out, obviously, with the title yet of the second movie.
Probably Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Yeah.
If I had to guess.
Yeah. basically. No, but I saw this on Facebook a while ago, and supposedly the plot, or one of the major plots, is Sonic and Donut Lord. For those of you who watched the movie, you know,
was it Tom or something?
Yeah, Tom. Yeah. Forgot. I think it was just Tom.
Yeah.
But him and Sonic get transported to Mobius, Sonic's homeworld.
Yeah.
And obviously, if y'all watched at the end of the movie, Tails is now in that live action universe. And so, they're going to meet, obviously. And then the quote unquote villain is going to be Knuckles.
Yeah.
And I heard that Knuckles is going to be voiced by The Rock.
That would be interesting.
It would be really, really interesting. It'd be cool, though.
I think I could see it. I could see him. The only thing is, I get why they do it for movies, but I don't really like when they take a character, take a famous actor and make them the voice of a cartoon character just because. Like for The Rock, I could see him being Knuckles. I can see that making sense. I just don't like when they. Because DreamWorks does that a lot, where they'll take these A-list celebrities, and Disney does it too to an extent, but I don't think it's bad. That's interesting. From what you say, it sounds like, because in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, when he first meets Sonic and he's an antagonist and everything, but you find out it's because Eggman tricked Knuckles into thinking that he stole the emeralds and all these different things. And in reality, Eggman's trying to steal the emerald. So, and it's interesting too if it's taking place on Mobius and different things, because where Eggman ended up at the end of the first movie, he was actually in Mushroom Hill Zone, which is in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. So it'd be interesting. I think it'd be cool to see, and I could see even at the end him creating Metal Sonic. And then Metal Sonic being in Sonic 3, that could be dope. I can see it. I could see this being
possibilities, man.
The possibilities are never ending. It's funny too, because there's speculation that the new TV show is going to actually tie in to the movies, and it might not. I don't know. I can kind of go either way on that, to be honest, but. Personally, I just want. I don't want something that's super serious, but I want something that takes itself more seriously. I want more 2005 Ben 10 / Generator Rex or Avatar: The Last Airbender, or even Teen Titans, as far as tone. 2003 Teen Titans, as far as tone goes, and less bullshit that we've been getting for the past 10 years for Sonic. It hurts as a Sonic fan. It really does.
Yeah. But yeah, and obviously Eggman, Knuckles,
Tails,
Sonic.
Yep.
Probably Tom's wife.
Maddie. I was actually looking up, because I know that's kind of a joke that does anyone ever call her by her name? Her. I looked up the characters' names, wanted to make sure I got the names right. Yeah, it's Maddie.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I'm stoked, and I also heard from actually a lot of fans that they're actually going for the cinematic universe type deal.
Well, a cinematic universe, though, so when Marvel did the cinematic universe and DC tried to do the cinematic universe, you had different movies with their own sequels and stuff, and then they came together to make the Avengers, for example. If you do, how would you do a cinematic universe with Sonic? If you're Sonic the Hedgehog 2, for example, would not be a cinematic universe. That's just a series. Yeah. That's like Lord of the Rings isn't a cinematic universe. Back to the Future isn't a cinematic universe. Star Wars isn't a cinematic universe. Those are just series. You know. I mean, there are spin-offs and stuff, but that's not necessarily the same as a full-on. What Marvel did with the MCU. That was the first of its kind. Yeah. But I know everyone wants to have a cinematic universe, and they've been wanting that.
Would be really cool, though.
I mean, listen, I'd be down for it, but what I'd be down for is a longer stretching series for the Sonic franchise and characters and shit. I do hope. I mean, I would hope that eventually the human characters like Tom and shit just get phased out. That they're just not a part of it anymore. Because who cares? Like,
but
honestly.
He's Donut Lord.
I don't. Yeah, but I just.
He's Donut Lord now.
Yeah, I know, but like, I don't
right.
know. He's fine. He's no Chris Thorndike. I'll give him that. No. He's a lot better than Chris Thorndike. That's true. But yeah, no, Okay, so something something I wanted to talk about. I wanted to mention. You had a very interesting experience yesterday, actually.
I did, yes.
My man Jordan here decides to start trying online dating. You've dabbled in it before, right?
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, I am 100% not a dating app guy. I like to actually meet people in person and actually interact with them. But as of right now, that's
COVID.
Yeah, COVID, but it's kind of possible. Not really. But anyways,
yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? I don't know. I just want to check and see what's on the dating app. So I got I got a Tinder account and
ladies.
Yeah, ladies. No, and so I was swiping through, swiping either I don't like them, they're not attractive or anything, or yes, they're attractive.
Yeah.
The whole shit.
You know how the shit goes.
And I came across this one, in my opinion, really, really just gorgeous girl. Like, she was a 10 for 10. Yeah. For me personally. And then...
Me too. She's very much my type.
And then Christian over here...
I noticed something. Like I said, she's very much my type. And I noticed something when I looked at this. I was like, looked at her first picture, didn't think too much of it. Looked at the second picture. I was like, wait a minute. Do I know this person? And then I look at another picture. Because, sometimes, you'll run into people that you know, and it just happens. But so I was going through, I was like, wait, no way. And I realized, I did some research, and I found that someone was using the, because I looked at this and I thought, I was like, this is Melody Marks. And Melody Marks, those of you that don't know, is an adult performer, my favorite. And so I was very familiar with how she looks and shit.
And Christian was like, hey, whoa, what you doing?
Because I knew the exact picture. I've seen her Twitter and different things, and I knew the exact picture it was. And I was like, wait a minute, hang on, I've seen this before. Let me check. And I went and I was like, this fucking asshole. I'm like, this person is using someone else's pictures, Melody's in this case, and they're saying they're her. Yeah. They said they were 25, Melody's 21. And so and they, all these different things. So we reported their account and different stuff. But I was like, man, I didn't, you hear stories of that kind of stuff, but I didn't think.
Oh, there's some people out there that are sick like that.
I didn't think people would actually do that. And if you are going to do that, why would you do that with a picture of someone who's not a celebrity, but someone that you can easily find who the person is? I don't understand what you.
And that's something similar to that has actually happened to my friend one time. He, like me, he's not really a dating app guy, but again, like me, he likes to kind of dabble and be like, okay, maybe I'll try this out and yada yada yada. So he actually got a date with this chick. I think her name was Crystal or Summer or something.
Was it actually her?
No.
Oh,
completely
shit.
Just no. It was no.
Damn.
And this girl in the pictures, really pretty, blonde hair.
Yeah.
Really bright green eyes, really bright. And all this, that, and the other. And he, and quote unquote her, kind of hooked up and went on a date.
Yeah.
And this girl liked Italian restaurants, so my friend drove to this Olive Garden. She drove there too, and she got a booth. And she told him, hey, come over here. I already have a table for us. He's all right, and he went in, and hey, I have a table over there, and he went. Big, fat guy.
Oh my god.
He was like in his 50s.
Oh god, that's like fucking.
And my friend is like a year older than me.
Oh god.
And this quote unquote
girl
was a 50-year-old fat man.
Oh my god.
And he instantly, once he locked eyes, he was gone. He was like,
"Oh, you mean your friend?" Okay,
oh yeah, no.
What did the guy think was gonna like? What did the catfish or the fat guy? What did he think was gonna happen? Like, oh, you're not who I thought you were at all, but.
It's gross.
I don't know. It's a weird fucking.
And it's like there's people out there like it's gross. But
well, now me personally, like it's funny because you say like you don't really like dating apps. I hate them personally. I really dislike the way that they are
set up.
Yeah, the way that they're set up and different things because like they're literally so they're designed in a way that like. They're a business, they're a company. They want you to keep coming back for more, keep using the app. So what they do ultimately is they dangle this promise of either true love or getting laid or whatever it is. They dangle this promise in front of you, and then they keep you just out of reach. And they do things like they show you pictures of people that apparently liked you, or maybe they actually did like you, and they're blurred out. And they do these things like, oh, you want to see who liked you? You got to pay extra for that. Oh, you ran out of swipes? You got to pay extra for that.
Yeah,
different things. All this fucking bullshit.
That's so dumb.
And it's just, it's not. There are so many problems with dating apps, and when you look at like, they're marketed heavily toward men.
Oh yeah.
So over half of people that are on them are men. There's less than half of people on them that are women. So you have like over half of men reaching out to less than half of girls. Mm-hmm. It's the same kind of thing with like, it's the reason why there's that joke of like, oh, if you're a man, like, you'd have, really good luck meeting girls in like a cooking class or a ballet or something, right?
Yeah.
Because you're a small amount of man.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean by small amount of men. Yeah. You're like, there's not many of other men around, not much competition, right?
No,
so,
exactly.
And
fellas, take notes.
And the girls on these apps, they don't have to try. A lot of them don't try. A lot of them don't care. A lot of them treat it like it's just a game and just want validation for, all these different. There's some people genuinely like use dating apps, and look, there are stories where people do find true love, or there are people that have successful hooking up stories and stuff like that, and that's all well and good. But like generally, for the vast majority of people, it just doesn't work. And I feel like the more that it goes on, the more that they intentionally design it, they as in the app developers and stuff, intentionally design these in a way where it makes you think that it's going to be special and all these different things, but it's just the same shit every time, in all honesty. It's just a bunch of bullshit, like, honestly. I don't like it. And I found personally, and I haven't used them much, but I've used them for a couple months at a time whenever I did in the past, and I've found that it just makes me depressed, because like there's people that are for me it's a mix of like several people I find attractive physically, but it's easy enough to pick out something I don't like about them, and then and there's this whole thing about that, and then there's, I don't know, man. It's bad. Yeah. I don't like that. What now? I do want to say I have some ideas on how I think dating apps could be better.
Uh-huh.
I think personally that if you're going to have dating apps, like as a developer, if you're going to make a dating app, the goal should be to make it as close to the real thing as possible. Yeah. So I don't think that people should, one of the biggest things is I don't think people should be able to upload a picture that was already taken from your phone or something. I think the only way you can upload a picture for people to see of yourself, you either take it with your front camera on your phone, you take it with your camera on your laptop, you have someone else take it with the back camera on your phone, you take it in the mirror, whatever, some shit like that. But I don't think, because I don't think it's fair, I don't think it's genuine to have these pictures of people doing extravagant things on fancy vacations, or having them like surfboarding or whatever, or just something where like a very specific type of picture was. And I get it, like sure you want to stand out and yada yada yada, but like fucking look, if I saw you at like a bar or something, right? You're gonna look pretty normal, like compared to everyone else. And that's the way it should be. Yeah. Because sure, you have things about you that are different and interesting and whatever, but like, I just don't think, I don't know, I think it should be as close to the real life experience as it can be. And you can go up, figuratively go up to the person, message them, whatever, be like, hi, and I don't know, just, I don't know, there needs to be something better. But the reality is, ultimately the reason dating apps suck is because they're not designed for anyone's benefit. They're not even designed for women's benefit. The only reason they work for women's benefit is because men, as in general, are super fucking like desperate and will be willing to fuck anything with a pulse. A lot of men, not all men, but a lot of men will. Yeah. And that's just the reality. People say like, oh, it's so much easier for girls. Yeah, well, it's easier for girls because men, on average, have lower standards. Women have higher standards. And there's many reasons for that. But like, again, I'm not saying if you use dating apps you're a bad person or anything like that. I'm saying the system itself is just fucked. That's my point with that. But rant over. Dating apps.
No, so actually now we're on dating apps.
Yes.
Opinion time.
Oh god, on what?
Opinion. So to you, your own personal opinion, what would you describe for yourself a great, healthy relationship?
Oh my god, a great, healthy. I feel like this is like a
great, good, fabulous. Just
oh my god,
just a healthy relationship.
Well,
obviously with the opposite sex.
I feel like this. Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like this is getting into almost like what are the qualities you look for in a partner. I mean, and we did say we talked about that eventually. I kind of figured it'd be more like a February thing for Valentine's Day, but we can talk about it now. Fuck it.
I got a lot of stuff for February.
Oh shit! Okay, all right. Well, then, all right. Well, let's answer this now. Oh my god, okay, so for me, like, the first thing is like, obviously you have to find each other attractive. Like that just has to be there. But past that surface, and of course, that's the thing. It's beauty is in the eye of the beholder and all that good stuff. But I mean, it. Like honestly, as long as you. Okay, I won't answer.
Okay, so
I'll answer for me specifically.
Yeah,
because I can't do like a general.
So actually, let me switch it up a bit.
Yeah.
In 3 words.
Oh god.
Describe a healthy relationship.
Oh god. Well, okay. Trust.
Okay.
Communication and respect. Those are like the 3 of the key things. Because
okay.
everyone's gonna say love, but like, if anything, those 3 things make up love.
Yeah. Well, for me, communication, that's a big key, because obviously you gotta communicate.
Communication is the key to all relationships, like literally all of them.
Communication, honesty, and respect is what I would describe a good, healthy relationship, either with a girl or a guy, vice versa, whatever the case may be.
Right.
But yeah, don't worry, I got a lot of stuff.
Okay, well we will.
For February.
Wow, that's
yeah.
I mean, I'm more than happy to discuss like qualities that I have in a partner. I have a whole list, as you know.
People, he does. Maybe. I've seen it with my own eyes. It's a long list.
I do have a list of like attributes I'm looking for, which I think that's a good thing to have.
Oh yeah.
I think it's good to know what you want in a partner, and I think I encourage people to make a list about this, and people that talk about like manifestation and all these different things will be very into that concept as well, making a list. I think it's good to know what you want in a person.
Oh yeah. And so another thing, we are in, as you know, and as you people know, we are in the month of December, which obviously is Christmas time.
Yes.
We're 2 weeks away from Christmas Christmas Day?
Well, okay, so today we're recording on the 13th.
About a week in
of December, which is, let me pull up my calendar real quick here, because
a week in
I can't
5
do
days
math.
or something.
Oh shit, yeah, next Monday will actually be the release of our Christmas-themed show. So yes, we're not this Friday, but next Friday is going to be Christmas.
Okay.
Christmas Day.
Yeah. So, what traditions did you have growing up as a kid, or what traditions do you have now?
Did we discuss like family traditions growing up? We might have. If not, I'll just go through them quickly. Basically, my traditions were specifically, so we would the big things were, of course, we'd listen to Christmas music. Mm-hmm. We'd every night throughout like all of December, we would. My parents and I, we would sit down and watch at least one Christmas movie, and we would go through like a bunch of Christmas movies throughout throughout the year. I got really into things like ABC Family's 25 Days of Christmas and all kind of stuff like that, and things like that. I got into a tradition because I listen to Christmas music all the time. I got into a tradition where I do, I play guitar and I sing and stuff, so I practice a lot. So throughout the month of December, what I'm rehearsing is just Christmas music. Okay. Even though I'm not actually going to be playing that anytime soon. Like for people, I just like playing it to help get me in the mood and stuff. So yeah, I'd say those kind of things.
Yeah, my traditions growing up as a kid.
I mean, we used to bake the cookies and do all the Christmas stuff, but. Yeah.
The week of Christmas, schools would be out, all that kind of stuff. My mom and dad, they would get Christmas vacations for about 2.5 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. And my mom, my dad, me, and my older brother would pick out our favorite Christmas movie.
Okay.
And we would watch them. Well, we would actually pick out our favorite multiple Christmas movies, and we'd watch them. And throughout the watching the movie, it was basically a Christmas movie marathon we were doing. And like halfway through our marathon, we would take like an hour or two break, and then we would make Christmas cookies.
You bake them. You bake Christmas cookies.
So we'd bake all these really nice Christmas cookies, and my brother is a really not really a perfectionist, but he's a very I want to have it this certain way, and so he would do his Christmas cookies so nice, like it was like a professional. So my mom and him were doing the cookies professionally. Me and my dad, man, we were just like, get the frosting, wipe the frosting on there, get some sprinkles, and just put it on there. It's going to go in your stomach anyways.
Yeah.
And so we would do that, and then afterwards, obviously with milk, you can never go wrong with milk. And then after that, we would transition back to our movie marathon.
Did you ever play any of the Christmas games like White Elephant or Secret Santa, or do any of those things? That's the thing. So because at my work, for example, we have Secret Santa. We're not doing it right now because of COVID, but things like Secret Santa, White Elephant. That was a fun. For anyone that doesn't know what White Elephant is, basically that's where you I think is that the one. That's the one where you get someone a weird gift, right, or something like that.
Yeah, so it's a multiple or a multitude of people,
right?
And they all sit in a circle or whatever shape you want.
That's right. Yeah. Okay.
And then it's like music's playing and it's like a timer. Like you literally everyone's passing their gift that they're holding all around to each other. When the music stops, the gift you have in your hand, you can either choose to open it, and when you open it, you can decide whether or not to give it to someone.
Yeah.
And that person would have to take it.
Okay. So
or you could keep it for yourself.
Right, yeah, so we did something different.
And then you can steal other people's gifts, which I did not like.
Yeah.
Because one time I got this, it was like a retro, like game, like little game console.
Yeah.
It was like an old school.
Was it one of those mini arcade things?
No, it was like the old school Game Boys,
Mm-hmm.
Game Boys, but it was like it was like a knockoff version of a Game Boy, but it was super retro.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh shit, I hope no one takes this. And finally, this girl across the way in our class, this was in 5th grade, she looks dead in my face. She points to me. She's like, I want Jordan's gift.
Wow.
Jeez. And so I had to give it to her. And then, there was like, I think 5 minutes of the whole thing. And then once the 5 minutes were up, if you're holding a gift, like, that's your gift. Like you can't give it back to anyone. You can't trade it or anything. That's yours. And I opened the gift that I was passed to. And it was a pair of whitey tighties. Which I did not like.
Funny.
And I burned those, actually.
Ouch.
When I got home, I burnt those because I was like, I don't like this.
Damn. We incorporated, at my house, this fun thing. We called it the left-right game, where someone would read a story.
Uh-huh.
And it would be like, we were going to Grandma's house for Christmas, and we had to take a left at this street. And when you say left, everyone passes the gift to the left.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, and as we were heading, there was, I don't know, a light pole that was down. So we took a right to avoid it. So you hear right and you have to, and so you keep doing things like that until the story's over. And then it's like, okay, now, open your gifts and see what you have. And then you would do so we did like a mix of White Elephant and that.
Okay, cool.
And then at my work when we do White Elephant, we have the gifts like wrapped up and everything. And we draw numbers and people just one at a time pick things and all that.
Okay.
I always get alcohol for people.
I mean, hey, you can never go wrong with
everyone I work with is old enough to drink, so it's not a problem.
No. But yeah, though that's, and then like a lot of basic people. No. A lot of people are like, oh, I'm into caroling.
I have never done caroling. It doesn't seem like a thing people do in real life.
It's really,
honestly.
I mean, I've actually seen it once, and it was when I was at school, college. I was in my dorm, and outside my window, I hear all this singing, and it was up in New York, upstate New York in Pottersville, and I just hear all these classmates of mine just, singing and all that kind of stuff, and I closed my window. But before that, I was like, poked down my hand, like, shut your dirty mouth holes.
Well,
and I closed my window.
The only time I ever experienced it in real life, and I thought it was cool at the time, was I was in like elementary school, and there were these either middle school or high school kids that came to our door, and they were. But other than that, I never. And that was in like 2000, probably 7 or 8 or something. But like past that, I've never seen people actually carol in real life. Like it just hasn't been a thing.
Yeah, it's not really a thing anymore. I don't even. Well, obviously back in the day, like way back in the day, it was obviously a thing.
Oh, you mean like when they did it? Well, the thing is too, like a lot when. I could be wrong on this, but I believe that what caroling has become, or what caroling used to be, is basically what, like in the 1800s and 1900s and stuff, is what the Salvation Army Santas and stuff do now, where like they would carol and stuff, and the idea was people were supposed to like toss in coins and stuff for them, which they would then take and give to the needy or what have you. What do you? By the way, this might be a side tangent or whatever, but fuck it. What do you think of the Santas that are out? Which, by the way, I don't know about you, but I haven't seen any of them. Are they just not around because of COVID? It would make sense, mind you.
Yeah, no. And actually, before COVID, I think, it was 1 year.
Yeah.
Didn't see any Santas.
Really?
Yeah. Like
I haven't seen them.
Like not even a Salvation Army little area thing at like Walmart or any stores or anything like that. But I mean, it's they're there and they're trying to get money for a cause and
of course
give it to them.
100%.
So I mean, hey, they're doing it for a good cause, so I'm fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're just I need this and that and the other, and for selfish reasons, I'd be like, no, I ain't giving you money.
Going back to your thing about tradition, so some traditions I had, like when I was a kid, like really stand out in my mind. So I would always want to have hot cocoa. Gotta have hot cocoa. We'd make Christmas cookies and we would do that whole thing. But I would get out the little I'd put out the cookies for Santa and all that good stuff, and I would have a really hard time going to sleep, as I still do. I couldn't sleep. It was and we had a rule in my house where on Christmas Day you could not. So how there are some parents, some families that okay, you can open one present, like on Christmas Eve or something like that. We didn't do any of that. It was like Christmas Day was the only day.
Oh yeah.
That you will, yeah, and so it was like 6 in the at 6 in the morning when the sun came up, I was allowed to wake my parents up, but until then, I was not allowed to. Granted, by the time I got to 14 or. No, probably 12 or 13, maybe 14.
I'm sleeping.
I slept. Yeah, I slept. Exactly.
Man, I'm sleeping, bro.
Yeah.
But
they had to wake me up.
Yeah. Well, speaking about waking up, so I probably have told you before, but I'm adopted.
Yes.
And me and my brother were in the foster care system for 2 years, and we were never
You've told me about that, but you haven't told the audience.
Yeah, so
continue.
Audience, so me and my brother...
what was that like having Christmas in an adoption home?
It was weird. It was just... It was like a normal, kids going into their parents' room, jumping on, Mom, Dad, wait.
Sure, yeah.
And parents are like, all groggy, let's go downstairs, man. And, but, it was like that, but with a whole lot of other kids. Like 10 other kids. It was crazy. But, that was the only difference. It was just, it was like a regular Christmas morning, waking up your parents, or in this case, our foster care parents, and, waking them up and coming downstairs and doing gifts, but with a lot of other children. And so when me and my brother got adopted by our mom and dad now, which bless their hearts, really, I love them to death. Wake up, go in your parents' room, wake them up, and go downstairs. Our mom and dad knew that. They did that to their parents, and I remember that they were telling me one day that our first Christmas, we were actually adopted 3 months before Christmas, and so Christmas morning it was 9:30 in the morning, and I remember clearly my mom and dad told me and my brother, they're like, well, you guys were still asleep, and me and your dad were like, what are these kids doing? They're not up yet. What is this? So our mom and dad decided to come into our rooms. They sneak into our rooms, wake, just scare us to death. They wake up. I'm like, it's Christmas. My brother started crying because he got scared, and our mom and dad are like obviously to themselves, they're like I don't think these kids have had a proper Christmas morning, waking up and being all excited. I remember my big gift that I thought was pretty big was Elmo pajamas.
All right.
Yep. and then I remember after my brother would stop crying and we would kind of walk downstairs and all that kind of stuff, and friggin' our mom and dad would already be sitting by the tree just waiting, And after we would open gifts, we would rock out to Christmas music, and me and my mother, we'd be dancing in our pajamas.
Sure, that's cute.
Kind of stuff. But yeah, no, our mom and dad, they just came in and did the same, did to us what little kids do to their parents, and I was like, oh my gosh, you scared me. And my brother was crying. I was like, get a hold of yourself. No.
Jeez.
But yeah, and so now my thing is, I wake up fairly early, and my mom is still sleeping. And when I'm visiting her, my stocking. See, I feel like the stocking is a gift in itself. Mm-hmm. Like it's the first stage of gifts. I feel like it's weird, but yeah, man, I get like all this my glorious Reese's. I'd get all these Reese's, peanut butter cups and like trees and all that kind of stuff, and then I would get like a $50 gift card, all that kind of jazz. And then me and her would have Christmas together, and then she would go over to her family, her dad and all that kind of stuff, and do Christmas with them. And then I would travel over to my dad's place and do Christmas with him and his girlfriend and her 2 sons, and my brother would also come over to our dad's place and do Christmas there with us. So yeah, it's cool. It's cool. We didn't know what a proper Christmas morning was, but as more Christmases kept coming, for us, just like you, the only time you open gifts is on Christmas morning. And I remember at Christmas Eve, I would wake up at like 1, 2 in the morning, and now I'm a master at sneaking around, and I would sneak out of my room, and I'd go underneath the Christmas tree. I'd hear my mom and dad snoring. The house would be dark. It'd be super quiet. And I would get just the most littlest present I could see, and I would bring it up to my ear and gently shake it to see what's inside.
Yep, of course.
And I remember I did that one time. And all of a sudden behind me, and granted, this is in a dark house, very dark house, no lights on, anything, no night lights or anything. All of a sudden, behind me, I hear, "I know you ain't trying to find out what's in that gift, boy." I stop shaking, I turn around, and I can faintly see my mom sitting behind the couch with her arms crossed, and she's like, "Boy, go to bed or Santa's going to take away your presents." I'm like, "Okay." And I raced to my room. And then morning came, and me and my brother would go out, and my mom would, my mom and dad would already be out, kind of making sure everything was good. And yeah, she would look at me and she'd be like, "That's right, boy." I'm like, "Sorry, Mom. I just wanted to see what's inside." But now it's just like I wake up, oh yeah, it's Christmas. But yeah, that was my childhood growing up with Christmas. Yeah, now my mom's like, "You free, you come over. I don't care if you shake all the gifts. Like, like you can do whatever the flip you want." I'm like, cool. And I do. I shake every single gift. I shake my brother's gifts. I shake my mom's. I shake my dad's. All that kind of stuff. Yeah. But that's me growing up with Christmas.
Okay.
So
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I was I know you know this, but I'm not sure if I mentioned this on here. I'm adopted as well, but I was adopted by my grandparents, so it's a bit of a different, bit of a different situation. I never went through a home or anything like that, but even still, yeah, that's interesting. That's a wild experience you had, but
yeah. Yeah, no, it's good stuff. And I remember we got adopted in Washington, D.C. So I can say I've been to Washington, D.C.
It's true. You have been to Washington, D.C.
And I wish I got to touch the obelisk.
The who?
The obelisk.
What's that?
Isn't it called an obelisk?
I don't know.
The big pillar.
Oh, the pillar with the point on it?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure that's an obelisk.
Maybe.
We're going to have to check later. But yeah, let's just say it's an obelisk. I've been to Washington D.C. I want to touch the obelisk, but we were in the big courthouse. But yeah, so that's my traditions. Those are your traditions. And when you guys hear this, listen to it.
Yes, it's an obelisk.
Okay. Put in the comments, what were your Christmas traditions, or
yes, we'd love to know, truthfully.
All that kind of stuff, because everyone's different. Some have strange traditions.
Some people have really, really, like, everyone has cool different little things that they do and stuff. So, I mean, and then you got the people, too, who, like, snow is part of their tradition.
Oh,
where,
man.
like, I didn't grow up with snow, so.
Yeah, oh, jeez, that was great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've never had a white Christmas, actually. Not once.
Really?
No. Yeah, because I've always lived in Florida, and,
Yeah, my friend, just the complete backwards of Christmas. His whole entire family, and he had a lot of brothers and sisters, and his cousins and aunts and uncles and grandmas and grandpas would come over, yada yada. They opened their presents Christmas Eve, and then Christmas morning it was just time to take down the tree. Like, what? That's no. Like obviously the way I was raised up to think was like Christmas Day. Well, maybe Christmas Eve you can open up a little present. But Christmas Day is when you really dig in to all the other presents. But yeah, his whole family would open gifts on Christmas Eve. And then Christmas morning, get up and tear everything down. It's like, that's terrible. That's weird. But, everyone's traditions are different, But yeah, don't be jealous of White Christmas, because it gets boring. It gets really annoying after a while, because you have all that snow and it covers your driveway and you gotta shovel it out of your driveway.
I'm glad I never had to deal with that.
And you gotta really take care of your car.
I never,
and all that kind of stuff.
I never had to deal with cleaning up snow. I never had to deal with raking up leaves. Because we don't have the change of seasons here in Florida. It's just always summer. Except this is the time of year from like December, maybe like late November, but mainly from December to like March, maybe April, but January, generally like December to March are like the few months of the year that it's actually good and like feels comfortable to like live in Florida and be outside and shit. Past that, it's just. Nah, it's fucking terrible. Jinx.
It's bad. It really is. Like Florida's like a swampland. Like,
I mean, it is. Yeah, it literally is.
But yeah, don't be jealous. Snow is all right for like a week or two.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Is like I will say when I do experience snow in general, I would prefer it to be where I like more specific. Like I go to like a lodge or something for a week or something like that, or a hotel or something somewhere. I did that in Pennsylvania years ago, but I wouldn't want to live where it snows.
It's all right. But actually, I remember when I was in college up in upstate New York.
Yeah.
It was, obviously the snow time, and it was around Christmas time. And I haven't made a snowman since I was 7 years old. So finally, I got my chance to get actually work on a snowman. Like I was looking for I was going hard. I was like, all right, I'm gonna build an actual snowman. I actually had in my dresser at the bottom, surprisingly and very conveniently, was a black top hat. Not a very big top hat, but like a normal.
You were making Frosty.
Oh yeah, and
did you give him the pipe?
I found a stick and I kind of broke off the end to where it was kind of up. And I just shoved it in.
You know what I just thought of? The song Frosty the Snowman says a button nose. But anytime you see him depicted, he's got a, or you see snowmen in general, they have a carrot for a nose.
Yeah, I don't know the reason behind.
So is it a button or a carrot? You know, like how do you? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. It's my experience with snow though was we went for New Year's to Pennsylvania, my folks and I, and we stayed in a hotel, and it was nice. It was a cool little experience. It didn't snow until like 3 days, I think, after we were there, but it finally started snowing, and I got to experience like what it was like. I did the whole thing where I wanted to, catch it on my tongue and all these different things, but I went out wearing I wasn't wearing like shorts or short sleeves or anything. I was wearing like long sleeves, but I didn't have gloves on or anything.
Gloves.
So gloves
are essential.
I went to pick up the snow because I've seen it in like movies or whatever where people just pick it up. I'm like, oh cool! I was so excited to go pick it up, and my hands were freezing. I was like, I can't do this. So I couldn't.
No.
But
gloves are essential.
I will say, when I was there though, it wasn't like the white. It wasn't like the really nice fluffy snow. Yeah. It was more of a slushy kind of thing. So we could kind of make snowmans and angels and snowballs and stuff, but it wasn't really the kind of snow that that I saw like in the movies and stuff,
but going back to it, and it was on Christmas break, 3 straight weeks, and like the airports were packed. Like there was flight after flight, and my mom and dad told me to, you can obviously spend Christmas there. We'll do like a virtual Christmas morning type of deal. But my mom and my dad sent over, like mailed my presents over to my dorm room.
Right.
And so, we did this virtual to where my mom, my dad, and my brother went over to their house, and we were doing like a phone virtual thing where I would, the whole shebang. And in the middle of our opening presents, I hear, shunk. I'm like it was like loud. I'm like, what the mess? And so I look out my window, and my friend, he lived like a couple dorms down from me. Mm-hmm. He's standing outside, and he's holding my snowman's, which was glorious. I worked. The head. Oh. I worked so hard. I spent a good 5 hours on the snowman.
Jeez.
I went hard, but it was perfect. It was so perfect.
Did you take a picture of it?
I did not. No, I did not, unfortunately. But, my friend is standing next to my decapitated snowman, and he's just holding its head above him, and he's just laughing maniacally. And I go over to my phone. I'm like, Mom, Dad, hold on, something's going on. I pull up my window. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? You just decapitated my snowman. He's like, yeah, buddy, I hate snowmans. Die, snowman.
Why does he?
And he smashed my the head on the ground.
But why does he hate snowmen?
I don't know. He's a weird dude. He would like mutter to himself during class. Strange. And he started kicking down my snowman. I'm like, and he's like, and he runs away. I'm like, I'll get you back later. So I went back to my virtual Christmas morning. And,
wow.
I was the only one in the dorm for 3 weeks.
That happens sometimes. Whenever people stay, because that does happen in colleges and stuff, where people stay home for the holidays or stay on campus rather than going home to visit their family for whatever reason that may be. It happens. That does happen.
Yeah. The cheapest plane ticket was like over $500.
Oh yeah,
and I was a poor college student at the time, so I was like, I got at least $120. I can't go home.
Yeah, no, it's crazy with tickets, flights, and traveling in general around the holidays is just fucking insane. I I wanted to bring this up because I remember this. You asked about, like, Christmas traditions. It's kind of what we've been talking about for the last, like, third of this episode at least. So a big Christmas tradition that I had personally, and I kind of still hold, is once, what I was really excited for. Yes, I loved the Christmas movies and stuff, but one of the things I really loved, especially growing up, were the Christmas specials of shows that I watched all the time. Like on Nickelodeon, Christmas specials of SpongeBob and Fairly Odd Parents and all these different things. And on Cartoon Network, you had the Christmas-themed episodes of Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy and Kids Next Door and all these different things. And I loved that shit, I loved, like, specials, Christmas episodes, Full House, Home Improvement, all these different... I loved that stuff. So that was a big thing of what I loved.
Yeah, they're
big tradition for me.
Yeah, there's actually one Christmas special I watched, and it was obviously Ben 10 swag.
Wait, what was the Christmas? I watched the entire original Ben 10 series, but I don't remember a Christmas special.
It really wasn't like...
Did it took place at Christmas time?
Yeah,
that counts. I still count that.
It was more of a kind of a movie type deal.
Oh, okay.
Like a short movie. It was like... 30 minutes, I guess.
That's a full episode.
It was very weird. It was strange. But, obviously Ben 10, y'all know who that is. And so he had to save Christmas.
Oh, it was, okay. So, yeah, it was the 13th episode of Ben 10. It was just called Merry Christmas, Ben 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, actually.
And if I'm not mistaken, I believe he got a cold.
Or just Merry Christmas, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he got a cold. And when he, this is me nerding out.
It was season 3, episode 30. Episode 30 just aired December 11th, 2006.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm sorry, continue.
No, that's okay. And when he gets any type of, like, a cold, flu,
yes, I remember this now.
It affects his aliens.
Okay.
Like for instance, when he's sick, Wild Mutt, the alien dog that has no eyes, like he can't see at all. So
yes, I remember this.
And with Heat Blast, my favorite Ben 10 alien,
he
turned blue. He had blue flames, and he could shoot ice, which was fantastic. I was like, yeah. But I
do remember this now. See, I loved that stuff because, like, I don't know what I loved so much about it because some of the things, like, take Spectacular Spider-Man, for example, with that kind of show, and even I think How I Met Your Mother did this a little bit too, where it was like it took place at Christmas time, but it wasn't necessarily Christmas themed. I kind of like that. That's like, because there's the whole debate of, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Yes, Die Hard's a Christmas movie. It takes place at Christmas time. Therefore, it's a fucking Christmas movie. That's...
But, Heat Blast was blue flames, like a nice blue. Like a
I get
deep, deep blue.
It's probably Coldfire.
Yeah, and he shot ice. It was great. But
wow, man, yeah, I forgot about that one. That's dope. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and and then I found my friend the next day, and the one who decapitated my snowman, and I stole his coffee maker because he was a coffee fanatic. Like he had a whole like Chemex deal going on, like on his desk. He had like all these tubes full of coffee. Like it was literally a Chemex science class. Like he was a coffee freak, and he had this whole setup, like all the are they called baskets, or they're like the little.
Or are you talking about the Keurig things that you put in?
But
I don't know what they're called, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, it was this whole
the little pods with
it was a Chemex situation in his dorm. Man, I stole his coffee maker. Oh, he's like, he's texting me. He's like, bro, like, did you take my car? Like, is this in retaliation of me chopping off your? I'm like, yeah, it's in retaliation.
No, I have no hard feelings of you doing that at all.
Bro, I'll make you another snowman. I'm like, all right, well, you got to spend 5 hours on it, and you got to make it perfect. He's like, no, I'll just come over and get my coffee maker later. I didn't want his coffee maker, so I just gave it back to him, whatever.
Sure.
So, but yeah. And then I got into coffee. Yeah.
That's how you got into coffee.
I did.
So there you go. If it wasn't for your asshole friend decapitating your snowman and ruining it, you might not have gotten into coffee. Which, I mean, you might have been better off. I don't know. Coffee's not necessarily something you need in life. No, I enjoy it, but it's...
So me, every morning, once a day, obviously in the morning, one coffee mug of coffee, or one mug of coffee.
Yeah.
That's it. Because then I will be on the toilet for hours, and we don't need to.
Yeah, I just have like a cup of Joe in the beginning of the day as well with my breakfast and stuff, and drink it until lunch when I'm working at least. But yeah, it's interesting though. We have a lot of pretty interesting Christmas traditions, I think, and like you mentioned before, like there's a lot of. Everyone has different Christmas traditions. Everyone, different family holiday or, all kinds of different things people do for Christmas time. It's always it is really cool to find out what people do. So, again, yeah, definitely. For those of you listening, please let us know in the comments below anything that you do for Christmas that you enjoy, that you love. I'd love to hear it. Favorite Christmas movies, Christmas songs, Christmas cookies, a disastrous Christmas if you ever had it, just an interesting story about Christmas, dealing with family for the holidays, all that kind of stuff. Some people are not the biggest fan of that.
Some of it's pretty funny in my life.
Some of it is pretty funny. But yeah, and you know what? That is kind of, I guess, a bit of a tease for next week, as it will be a lot more Christmas themed, as it will be the last episode we do before Christmas Day. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, as always, I hope you guys liked this, and if you don't, I hope you find something you do like. Give it a like if you did like it. And any thoughts from you, Jordan?
Yeah, I actually have one more thing. So, for those of you who have listened to our last podcast, I was talking about Andy Mineo's concert.
Right, Friends and Family or something.
Yeah, it was the Friends and Family Christmas special.
Okay.
And it's a combination of Saturday Night Live, like a Christmas special and a little concert all mixed into one. But he actually switched it to a virtual type of concert.
As you should.
Yeah, and so for those of you, because I really want him to make some money, because this is his only show of 2020. This was, so he told me, he's like, hey, tell your friends, tell your family. He told other people. So in order to get the tickets, I'm obviously gonna give the link to his store, his website, where you can get the tickets. It's called minorleague.store/. Minor is spelled MINER. Obviously league.store/. We'll obviously put
I'm gonna put a link in it.
Yeah, put a link. And yeah, you click on the link, and I think there's only like 10 tickets left.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. People
doesn't sound like this needs much promotion from you.
No. Well, hey, it helps. All the help you can get, man. But you can either get the e-ticket, which is just a ticket for the show, or you can get the e-ticket and a merch bundle, which with that you get the ticket and you get 2 long sleeve t-shirts, both promoting 2 of his songs, and you actually get a physical CD copy of
the concert.
Yeah, of the concert and the album itself. So go to the store, go check it out, go get your tickets. Like I said, this is the way he makes income. Obviously, that's how all artists make income.
Right.
Is from the music and concerts and all that kind of stuff. So go check it out. Buy a ticket, enjoy it. I know I'm gonna try to get a ticket. Actually, probably gonna do it tomorrow sometime. yeah, that's all from me. And like Christian said, always, if you like what you're hearing, good for you. Keep on listening. If you don't like it, hopefully, you find something you like. Leave comments leave your comments in the comment section on what Christmas traditions, all that kind of stuff. And my famous line, y'all know it by now. Wear a mask. That's all from me.
All right. Well, that's all from both of us then. So thank you guys very much. We'll talk to you next time. Until then, take care of each other out there. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Be good to each other, yeah, that's all. Later, guys.
That's all.
Peace.
Peace.